Hello and welcome to 2.2 Recaps. Today we are going to recap a 2024 movie titled Cali. In the opening scene, we are introduced to Lisa, having a consultation with a psychiatrist. Lisa, who appears gloomy and melancholy, has suffered from acute depression since losing her only son to cancer. Her husband Eric, who should provide emotional support but is too preoccupied with his profession, adds to Lisa's great grief and sorrow. Eric frequently works abroad on vital missions which keep him away from home. Lisa feels increasingly lonely and alone as a result of her current circumstances. Lisa turned out to be no average woman. Before becoming a housewife, she was a member of the French Special Forces, an elite military organization tasked with perilous and vital operations. Lisa's military experience and skills formerly provided her with strength and courage, but the loss of her son broke all of that. Meanwhile, Eric's work in Customs Operational Division demands a significant amount of time and attention, frequently separating him from his family. This condition causes Lisa to confront her loss and sadness alone, without the company of her husband, who could provide the emotional support she requires during these trying moments. Lisa remembers their initial encounter during a joint counterterrorism and hostage rescue mission. 6 months later, Lisa fell pregnant with their son, and following his birth she decided to quit the service. Lisa also expresses her happiness as Eric is scheduled to return to France the following day. A man named Pixo commanded Eric to fight a gangster in Brazil. Sometime later, in the National Directorate of Intelligence and Customs Investigations in France, a lady named Romy learns of Eric's death. As a result, Romy promptly informs Lisa of the devastating news. The information indicates that drug dealers engaged in a dispute, with Eric facing accusations of involvement. Therefore, it is imperative to keep the body in Brazil for identification purposes. After losing both her son and her husband, Lisa plans to take a massive dose of Fubex, a sleeping medicine her husband used to take. Lisa instantly takes a huge dose. However, when Lisa awakens the next morning, she finds herself in a quite different position than she had envisioned. Lisa awakens not from numbness or a shift to another place, but because her phone vibrates, upsetting her slumber. It turns out that the note is from Romy, reminding her of their departure to Brazil that day. Strangely, Lisa's excess of sleeping drugs only made her feel slightly disoriented, which was not what she expected. The following day, Lisa and Romy arrived in Rio de Janeiro and made their way straight to the morgue housing Eric's body. When Lisa saw Eric's bullet-riddled body, she became extremely desperate. Soon after, Lisa steals the memory card from Eric's phone and hacks into it. On the memory, there is an interview clip where someone asserts that the pharmaceutical company VDA is engaged in counterfeiting. This leads Lisa to believe that the sleeping medications she previously used, such as Fubex, were counterfeit products manufactured by VDA. At the same time, Romy claims that Eric was not assigned to investigate the case, but Lisa is skeptical because she discovered the pills in her home. They also discover that Eric got regular emails from an Interpol agent named Richard, raising suspicions that Richard was spying on him. The next morning, Romy decides to return to France, but Lisa remains in Brazil to learn more about her husband's death. Lisa's Goddess of Destruction necklace reminds her of something else. From there, Lisa visits the police station to inquire about the status of her husband's death case. Unfortunately, the police stated that the probe is ongoing because a murder occurs every 9 minutes in Brazil. Simultaneously, Lisa steals a photo of Pixel from the area beside Eric's house. Lisa later rents a hostel in a slum area and observes a man buying narcotics from an arms dealer through the window. Because of this, Lisa approaches the man and announces her desire to purchase a firearm. Without much ado, the man brings Lisa to a location where she will meet an illegal gun dealer disguised as a tailor. As soon as Lisa displays a lot of money, the woman orders her men to bring out multiple firearms. The woman's men, however, attack Lisa because they assume she is a cop.
TNT, explosif.
After defeating them, Lisa inquires as to Pixel's location. Lisa buys a used car and begins looking for Pixel. Pixel appears to be a dreaded man, therefore the people attempt to conceal his whereabouts. Eventually, a woman agrees to share the information. Lisa decides to follow Pixel to a club once she finds him. Lisa confronts Pixel and accuses him of killing her husband before suddenly pulling out a grenade and attacking them.
Passa ela!
After eliminating all of Pixel's guys, Lisa questions Pixel about who ordered him to kill Eric. Under torture, Pixel eventually confesses that he received orders from a police chief inspector named Luis Alves. After acquiring the information, Lisa brutally murders Pixel. The following day, Police Chief Inspector Luis Alves receives a call from Pixel's phone. Unaware that Lisa, who wants to see his face and learn where he lives, is making the call, Luis rushes out of his office to answer. The next day, as Luis was leaving his apartment, a small child threw dirt at his clothes, which enraged Luis and caused him to chase the boy. The boy then leads Luis to a basement, where two of his companions are preparing to lock him inside. Luis discovers fuel covering the room's floor, prompting Lisa to rise above him and start questioning him about her husband's death. Luis confesses to concealing drugs and money in Eric's room, implying that he was involved in drug trafficking, in order to evade burning alive. However, Luis also ordered that the case not be probed and revealed that he was paid by a man named Arturo Pereira, who owns a private security company. When Lisa learns of this, she demands Luis' phone before hurling her lighter onto the floor and setting him on fire. At night, Lisa discovers that VDA's boss, Andres Barbosa, is Arturo's favorite client. Lisa quickly contacts Arturo to schedule a meeting. Lisa sees Arturo the following day, disguised as a wealthy woman as agreed upon. Lisa tells Arturo she wants to employ security to safeguard her daughter, who will be attending school there. Lisa also claims to possess a villa, but when she shows the photo, it turns out to be one of Eric. Arturo tried to contact his security when he realized this, but Lisa choked him until he passed out. When Arturo regains consciousness, he discovers that he is tied to a chair with a fishing hook attached to his throat and a line connected to the door handle. Thus, if the door is completely open, the fishing reel will extract the hook from Arturo's throat. Lisa also requests that Arturo arrange a meeting with Barbosa, but Arturo states that he only communicates with Barbosa via email. Nonetheless, Arturo assures her that it is his responsibility to protect Barbosa's son, Junior. In addition, Arturo gives her a tablet with information regarding his whereabouts. After taking the medication, Lisa cautiously opens the door, leaving Arturo tied up. The guards attempt to access Arturo, but the door remains locked. Unfortunately, when the guards break through the door, the fishing reel catches Arturo's tongue. Meanwhile, Lisa safely exits the building before the guards discover what she has done. At the same moment, the news quickly reaches the police station, where Lisa, who was recorded on CCTV, is now proclaimed a fugitive. Lisa is seen in a different area watching Junior get led by his bodyguard. When the bodyguard returned, Lisa pointed a gun at him and ordered him to get in the car. Lisa originally meant to kill the bodyguard, but changes her mind when she sees him with his son. At that moment, the bodyguard admits his embarrassment at working for Barbosa, but he feels compelled to do so in order to provide for his family. After asking his child to exit the car, the bodyguard hands Lisa his business card and offers to help her confront Barbosa. For his and his family's safety, the bodyguard requests that Lisa shoot him in the later. Junior returns to the car, only to discover Lisa commanding him to drive. When they reach the outskirts of the city, Lisa reveals to Junior that his father murdered her husband and insists that Junior contact his father. At gunpoint, they force Junior to call his father. Regrettably, Barbosa, who has always wanted to rid of Junior himself, orders Lisa to kill him, even though he is aware of his capture. Upon hearing this, Lisa immediately pulled the trigger. However, she did not kill him. Junior then disclosed that VDA was manufacturing counterfeit medications, which Lisa's husband had managed to track down. It turned out that Eric was planning to return to France and expose everything. Barbosa, the ministers, and everyone involved would face destruction if Eric's plan materialized. Lisa, upon hearing this, asks that Junior take her to the VDA factory. The following day, Lisa and Junior arrive at the factory. Junior easily enters because he is the vice president. At the same time, Lisa detonates a bomb in her car before visiting the factory with Junior. Unfortunately, a mercenary named Royce discovers Lisa is a fugitive. Meanwhile, Junior reveals that VDA replicates Fubex's original serial numbers. Thus, every Fubex box has a counterpart at VDA. Junior also disclosed that mercenaries compelled the people, including children, to labor under their watchful eyes. A security guard, unaware of Junior's identity, stops them as they enter the building containing the counterfeit pharmaceuticals, but Lisa swiftly shoots him. They then instruct the people to flee and launch an assault. However, Junior is shot. While hurt, Junior asked Lisa for a grenade and told her to go. Lisa, reminded of her husband and son as she prepares to leave, decides to blow up the factory alongside herself. Moments later, villagers find Lisa unconscious and decide to transport her to the village. A shaman arrives and discovers Lisa is pregnant, so she begins to treat her. Lisa meets Eric and her son in her subconscious, but the vision fades, and she sees herself pregnant before waking awareness. Lisa is initially disappointed to discover that she is still alive, but then the shaman informs her of her pregnancy. After a few days, the shaman allows Lisa to explore the settlement and discovers a variety of VDA-made remedies. Strangely, numerous villagers appear to be suffering from skin conditions. As a result, Lisa quickly calls Romy to convey the village's situation. Lisa also admits to destroying the factory and seeks Romy's assistance in evacuating her. Romy first believes Lisa has gone too far and does not respond until Lisa discloses her pregnancy. Barbassa urges his soldiers to find Lisa as soon as possible. Shortly after, Romy reaches out to Lisa once more, informing her that they have received approval for the extraction and that a team will arrive at the extraction site in 5 hours. Romy also discloses that she has located Richard, the Interpol agent who previously communicated with Eric. Furthermore, Romy informs her that Richard is on his way to the village to accompany Lisa to the extraction location. At the same time, Royce and his men are heading to the settlement. However, Richard arrives first in the village and begs Lisa to leave as soon as possible. Before leaving, Lisa says farewell to Marta and her daughter, who have been caring for her. Just as Lisa and Richard depart the town, Barbassa's men arrive and tell the locals to gather. Upon witnessing this, Royce asserts that the CCTV footage from the factory shows Marta escorting Lisa to the village, thereby compelling her to reveal her location. Marta stays mute, so a villager takes the initiative to separate her from her daughter, forcing her to reveal where Lisa has gone. A sniper meets Lisa and Richard at the extraction spot a few hours later. In the midst of the battle, the extraction helicopter arrives, and the extraction team successfully eliminates the sniper. As the extraction crew begins to descend, Royce and his men unexpectedly assault them. Royce discreetly strikes Lisa and Richard from behind during the intense battle between the two sides. After killing Richard, Royce challenges Lisa to a battle, but Lisa easily overcomes him. Shortly after, 2 extraction helicopters come to transport Lisa and the surviving French soldiers. As a result, Romy greets Lisa upon her safe arrival in France. A few days later, Barbassa watches the news and discovers the issuance of an international arrest warrant against him. His bodyguard swiftly changed the channel and exited the room. At that point, Junior's security entered the room, and Lisa appeared on TV to speak with Barbassa. Lisa declares that she would avenge her husband and the fallen warriors. Hearing this, Barbassa dismisses Lisa's threat. Junior's bodyguard unexpectedly murders him. It appears that Junior's security maintained his commitment to help Lisa. At the end of the film, Lisa and her now teenage daughter live in a cottage in the middle of the forest. The girl asks Lisa to explain how her father died. However, Lisa believes that what counts most is how her father lived. Lisa notices her husband's shadow smiling at them from outside the window. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss more amazing movie recaps from 2.2 Recaps.